Hi there, apartment hunters. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lavender Warrior, and you are here again because you are looking for a bit of guidance, a bit of know-how with finding an apartment. So this is going to be going to part 2 of how to find your new home. So the title of this video is going to be choosing the right location. Because believe me, choosing the right location is incredibly important into the rest of your planning process. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so when it comes to apartment hunting, where you live can greatly impact your lifestyle. Let's explore the factors that can help determine that decision for you. Okay, so first and foremost, proximity is crucial. You want to be as close to work as you can possibly be while still maintaining your amenities or the preferred apartment that you're considering. It's crucial to think about how your commute to work would be from different apartments and different neighborhoods in those apartments. Now you have to weigh whether or not you're willing to travel a shorter distance to work or a longer distance if the apartment that you're considering has certain amenities that you are valuing more. So imagine walking to work or even biking to work. That can save you an immense amount of money in the cost of commute. That includes gas and transportation. And also it can reduce your stress, and you can take even public transportation if that's available in your city to get to your job, which makes everything a little bit easier on you and in your planning process and in your budgeting. So it's something to definitely consider and weigh. Next, you want to think about any specific lifestyle needs that you have. Are you a student? Are you commuting back and forth from school or to your university? These are the things that you want to consider as well. Are you going to be using public transportation? If so, that will save you on the commute of going back and forth to work in a vehicle, worrying about insurance and gas and whatnot. And you can save money with those commutes as well with proper planning. With the public commuting option, you also want to consider where the bus routes are, where the train routes are, where their stops are, and how far those stops in particular are from your house, and then how far they are from your workplace. So you want to consider if that's a good option for you, if it makes sense for you logistically and financially. As we were talking about before, amenities are basically what are the things that you value most outside of your house. For example, is the apartment that you're looking for going to be close to grocery stores? Is it going to be close to restaurants? Is it going to be close to parks? What about recreational facilities such as gyms, YMCAs, or different extracurricular activities that you may be interested in? How far away is your apartment from these things? You just want to really think about what those situations and amenities are, and if they're close enough for you. This way you can have an enjoyable life and get to relax after work, or go to an event that you were thinking about going to, but it's not that far away from your apartment, or you know exactly how far it is, and this way you can kind of gauge it better and, you know, plan a little bit better for your apartment. This way it's not so much of a headache as you're trying to navigate between one area or the next. Yeah, you really want to consider how far the dry cleaners are so you can run your errands quickly, how far the post office is. You want to consider the different couriers that are available, USPS, FedEx, DHL, UPS, whoever else is nearby that can carry packages. You want to think about where they are. Think about running groceries into the grocery store or to the library. You want to consider all those aspects when looking for the right location in your apartment. Last but certainly not least, you want to consider your safety and your personal safety when looking for these apartments. Now, a good way to measure or kind of gauge what area you're going to be in, you want to look at the demographics. There are websites online that can definitely point you in that direction. You would just type in demographics for XXXXX zip code, and then you can kind of see what pops up for that area. What are the typical crimes? What is the typical environment? Is it like a very intense university party area? Is it quiet? Is it having a high elderly population? Are there a lot of kids, which means are there going to be a lot of parties during the summer when school's out? Like traffic for school buses, things like that you want to consider as well. You want to make sure that the apartment that you're considering is what you think it is. So when you're looking at the different showings for apartments, when they go there, you can ask the landlords and the leasing office if the apartment area is loud, what type of environment it is, whether retirement friendly, kid friendly, single friendly. You want to know these things. However, they are not legally obligated to tell you that information. Some can give you a kind of like a hint to it. Well, whether their apartments are quiet, it's a calm environment, or it's a lively and upbeat environment. But as far as past that, if they do not want to disclose, they legally do not have to, and they legally cannot disclose, but they can kind of give you an idea of what the space looks like a bit. I would highly recommend you drive by the apartment and do this during different days of the week, different times of the day, to see what the actual life scene of that apartment is. And so whether see if it's loud, busy, a lot of people, a lot of young people there, like you want to know. So I would drive specifically at night and see what the apartment looks like, because that day everybody's at work, it's business, it's quiet, but you want to see what the nightlife is like around that apartment so you can get an idea of what you're looking at. And also you want to see what it is like during the weekends from Thursday to Sunday. You want to see what that's like. You want to see what the quiet days of the week are, so you can actually make a calculated and educated opinion as to whether or not you want to move into this property. Okay, so now that you kind of have an idea of the factors that you need to consider when looking for an apartment, you want to now look into where you're going to find it. So you can start looking and researching and evaluating different apartments, whether that be online, through apartment guides, and you can even visit the neighborhoods in person, and people may tell you. That hasn't gone extinct yet. You can still drive around and look at for rent signs or leasing signs on these particular lawns of the different neighborhoods that you go by. This way you can get an idea of what's available, who's renting, who's available for a tour, walk-in and whatnot, and you can definitely do all of that. These are just some of the different methods that you can use in addition to online websites such as apartments.com, rent.com. You can use Zillow and many other different websites. However, as I always say as a disclaimer and a caution, do not just apply and send application fees wherever without doing your proper research on an apartment, because unfortunately there are scams out there. So you have to keep your eyes open, make sure you are evaluating fully before you submit any of your personal information or any financial payments whatsoever. So just putting that out there, make sure you're aware. That is a wrap for the video. In our next installment, we're going to talk about scheduling property visits. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more updates so that you do not miss out. And as always, if you have any questions or if you want to share any of your experiences concerning this topic and how you've found apartments and the criteria that you look for when searching for apartments, feel free to drop them below in the comments. I would love to see them and even reply if you have questions as I can. And always remember, happy apartment hunting. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.